You make thinking mistakes every single day, and most of the time you have absolutely no idea they're happening. These mistakes shape your decisions, your relationships, your confidence, and even how you see yourself. And the more intelligent and thoughtful you are, the more likely it is that these mistakes affect you. Today I want to walk you through 5 thinking errors most people don't recognize, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. Let's start with the first one, the certainty trap. I need to know before I act. One of the biggest thinking mistakes is believing you need absolute clarity before you make a decision. You tell yourself, I'll start when I'm sure, I decide when I have all the information, and I move forward once I know it's the right choice. But certainty is an illusion. Life almost never gives you perfect information, so the moment you demand certainty before acting, you get stuck. You wait, you overthink and hesitate, and opportunities pass. So smart people fall for this trap the most because they're used to solving problems intellectually. But not everything in life can be solved from the mind alone. So instead of asking, is this definitely right, ask, what's the next small step I can take even if I'm not sure? That shift alone breaks the paralysis. Mind reading. I know what they think. So we constantly assume we know what other people think about us. He must think I'm boring, she probably found that awkward, or they definitely noticed my mistake. But here's the truth. You can't read minds, and people are thinking about you far less than you imagine. And mind reading is a thinking error because it creates unnecessary anxiety and insecurity based on guesses, not facts. And it really comes from the brain's desire to predict social danger. But most of the time the danger isn't real. So whenever you assume what someone else thinks, add the sentence, I'm telling myself a story, nothing more. And I actually don't know. This breaks the illusion. Third, the emotional filter. I feel it, so it must be true. Very often feelings feel like evidence. If you feel insecure, you assume you're not good enough. If you feel anxious, you assume something is actually wrong. If you feel overwhelmed, you assume you can't handle it. But feelings are not facts. They are signals, not conclusions. And many people don't realize that their thoughts are being filtered through temporary emotional states. Lack of sleep, hunger, stress, a bad day, old memories, or just something like rejection sensitivity. One emotional moment can distort your entire perception of a situation. So ask yourself, is this a fact or a feeling dressed up as a fact? This question often resets your perspective instantly. 4. Negative evidence bias. I only notice what confirms my fears. Your brain scans for danger, emotional, social, physical. This creates a thinking mistake where you pay far more attention to negative signs than positive ones. For example, you remember the one criticism, not the 5 compliments. You replay the awkward moment, not the entire good conversation. You focus on the one thing you did wrong, not everything you did right. So this bias makes you believe your negative moments say more about you than they actually do. It also destroys confidence because your brain is collecting the wrong evidence. Consciously ask, what evidence am I ignoring? What would I notice if I weren't anxious? This really trains your mind to widen the lens instead of zooming into the negative. All or nothing thinking. It's not perfect. If it's not perfect, it's worthless. This is one of the most common mistakes. You say, I failed because I wasn't perfect. It didn't go exactly how I wanted, so it was pointless. I made a mistake, so the whole thing is ruined. This creates unnecessary pressure and steals your ability to recognize progress. Maybe perfectionism is not a personality trait, but it's a thinking error. Shift from was it perfect to did I move forward? Progress is the real measure, not flawlessness. So once you start recognizing these thinking mistakes, your whole inner world becomes clearer. You make decisions with more confidence, you stop taking your thoughts as absolute truth, and you gain a kind of mental freedom most people never experience. So if you found this helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe and stay for more videos like this one, especially if you're someone who wants to understand yourself on a deeper level.